Rock Bottom Coins is the #1 place to get your Madden coins. If you make coins for my videos, sell them to Rock Bottom. If you're buying, use my code GUTBOX for 10% off. Hey, GUTBOX here. So, Pack Strike is over. And we saw tweets yesterday with the most feared bundle, especially this step pack. It was glitched yesterday. It wasn't giving out the coin card, the 88 coin card. Instead, they gave you a random 88. So they made it up and granted people the 88s pretty quickly afterwards. It is now corrected. But for those that got it during that time period, you got kind of like, not say double value, but like 1.75 value since the training was pretty good. I don't know. 1.5 value, we'll say. Anyways, Pack Strike's over. And I kind of want to do a little bit of post-mortem there. I also finished the rest of the Elway set, so let's just wait for that ban to come through for my account like it has banned so many other people's for the same stuff. And I saw people got their, appeals denied. So really cool, EA. Awesome work that you're such a disaster on. I do want to talk about, though, like, some of the things that happened. Was it a success? Was it a failure? Were the goals out? What should we have actually, looking back at, obviously I want to hear you guys' feedback on what we should have done. Like, what should we have asked for? Put it in the comments below. Because looking back on it, I feel like we could have had maybe some different demands that would have been a little bit better. Like maybe something like EA double your QA staff. Because if you recall, Guru was on the podcast a couple weeks back, and he said they only had 5 QA staff for all of MUT. And that's why we see disasters come out like we literally just saw yesterday. In that area, even though it kind of worked for us. The same with the loophole with Elijah Vera Tucker that we had yesterday. Hopefully you guys were in my Twitch stream to take advantage of that while that was live. They ended up patching that pretty quickly, sadly, too. Man, remember when we used to get loopholes for days on end? Now they get it within 30 minutes. They're just watching our stuff, unfortunately, on Twitch. We got to ban all EA people and take away their ability to watch us for some reason. Anyways, Pack Strike. I think something about QA maybe could have been done and like errors in the game for it coming out. There was one other thing that I want to talk about. Would have been another good demand. Now I'm completely blanking on it. I should have really wrote that down. I had it mentally, but I lost it. So it is interesting to see, Zerk replied to my rip Pack Strike. I wonder how different things would have been had the trolls not immediately jumped to take EA's side and rip bundles literally despite the movement. Maybe acknowledgement, but nothing else additional. Obviously the edgelords were there and they somehow took the EA corporate America, I want to lick EA's boots because they're great for me side. So it is what it is. People are going to be edgelords. It's the internet. But I think that it did accomplish, right? If you actually look at the goals, and we talked about this in a video last week. So I haven't broke Pack Strike yet. I'm going to do it today. And we're going to do it here with the dumbest pack possible. But better rerolls. Now, I think that's arguably the one that didn't really improve. Even though rerolls, if you guys watch my videos, were profitable. They're coin profitable earlier this week in an incredible amount, right? By putting your 84s and the 86 out of 87 exchange set, the 78s and the 80s, when those were high in price, it was coin profitable, to be fair, for rerolls. But, we don't got loopholes on them, sadly. Anyways, better pack odds overall with bundles and toppers. So, $100 version of promo bundle should be enough to beat a Masterful Legend. So, anyways, pack odds overall, there's the argument that, pack odds just raised over time, which is true. So we'll never know unless we've kind of get some sort of way of figuring out. Oh, I figured out my other demand. Some way of figuring out to go to alternate universe to see what they are there with no Pack Strike. We don't know what these odds would have been with no Pack Strike, okay? But it's really the toppers that I look at as the success, right? The toppers on the bundles. And obviously step packs have always been pretty good, so we'll just exclude those right now. Even though this step pack kind of insane for the value, but the toppers allowing you to build a full champion from the promo is something we didn't have earlier this year. Now we have it, so that is probably the biggest success of Pack Strike, along with solo rewards. So our last solos that we got, to my recollection, maybe we got most feared solos. I don't remember. I'm not a big solo grinder, but the last one that I looked at was the Team Diamonds. Team Diamonds solo, we literally got between 100 and 200,000 liquid coins in value with that Unsung Hero Fantasy Pack, right? That 87 overall. They're currently still selling. I see 120K minimum. I see some posted up for 160. I don't know if they're selling at 160, but That's a lot of coins for grinding solo. So that's really nice, and it's not a B&D card either. So if they keep that up, that's a huge success for Pack Strike. The fact that it is settable, it is sellable for that amount of coins, it's really nice. So the issue is, I think if I had to do it again, along with QA demand, maybe a demand, and let me know what you guys think, a coin, like we had back prior to like Madden 17, a coin option on bundles. There's no reason bundles should just be points. I think that would be another demand. Maybe if they fuck us again and we like next year, I think that's another demand. We got to have bundles with coins. I think it's sickening that we've like last saw that like 6 years ago, and they got rid of it, you know, for the ultimate greed, and it's kind of disgusting. Okay, so anyways, that's my kind of thoughts on Pack Strike post-mortem. It was success, but it also kind of like splintered the community. EA didn't respond to it at all, which was kind of frustrating. They didn't acknowledge it. They didn't acknowledge franchise, but franchise is trash still, so I guess that doesn't really mean that much of a difference. Like, talk is cheap. They did do stuff in-game. They named, like, solo battle teams Pack Strike and Where's the Reward, so they, like, acknowledged our frustration through, like, solo battle. Like, obviously, like, people are like, oh, that's automated, but, you know, they do look at names. There are some very sus names out there on team names that don't make it into solo battles, luckily. But I don't know. Could just be automated after all. I don't know what happens with that. So, anyways, like a few years ago, Mutt Guru, remember when we had the little Jimmy movement? He said they recognized it by putting it on like a teaser screen. They never said anything about the little Jimmy movement, but they did that regardless. And then I had MMG on the podcast. Check out the second channel for that, or Apple, iTunes. Look for Muttman Podcast, or Spotify. Just search Muttman Podcast. I talked about MMG and the death of Madden Mobile in regards to, you know, why that game died. And I asked if they ever did anything like this, came together as a community. He said no. So it seems to me that like this ability for our community in the console, at least world, to come together to demand these changes was kind of a big deal, right? Because it did, it showed to EA, hey, like we stick together sometimes, you know, obviously outside of the edgelords. And then they responded, which I thought was kind of neat, because EA oftentimes just hears a lot of our complaints as just background noise. So the fact that we were able to come together and kind of speak as one big voice, right? Like this got like a ton of engagement here. 7,200 likes on the Zerk's tweet right there. Plus everybody was talking about it. You know, EA heard about it. You know, they were having meetings about it and stuff. So I don't know. Its impact in the end to us on the outside will never be known until maybe a few years later, if somebody comes out and talks about it, like after they move on from EA, about like what actually happened. That's the only time we'll actually figure out if Pack Strike made a difference. Now, it is kind of neat. I did finish John Elway without giving EA any money since Pack Strike. So Pack Strike lasted like a month and change, a month and 8 days. Pack Strike lasted, or 7 days, month and a week. So, you know, people thought I was going to die after a week. It died after a month and 7 days, but we're still having like QA issues. And, you know, that'll always be there in Madden, right? That's kind of what we're used to. So, yeah, I guess we'll see going forward. I was going to make another point on that, but I totally forgot about EA and whatnot. So, anyways, John Elway, no giving money to EA. I did take cards from like community members and stuff. So that's the loophole in doing these sets, right? And doing this John Elway thing, is to build up your YouTube channel for like 7 years and then ask people if they can give you some cards. So I didn't give EA money for the Elway set, but man, this was a pain. I do not recommend doing this Elway set whatsoever. You know what? I'm going to finish it today at twitch.tv/GutFox. I'm going to hit that redeem button on the Elway, and we will go ahead and get our own use out of Elway and those team diamonds there today at twitch.tv/GutFox. That's the video. Please don't let my account get banned, EA, for doing the Elway set. But if they do ban me, it makes sense. Everybody else is getting banned. I did take trades from people, you know, shout out Tone and the others. But until the banning, I'll see you soon.